In this week's episode, it's a very slow week, so you get to hear us talk for an hour about how Pizza Port is finally going to be changed into Pizza Planet during Pixar Fest. Okay, not really, but we do have varying opinions that may or may not lead to all of this being the new pasta paradise. The Grad Nites are coming. The Grad Nites are coming. 2 if by land, 1 if by bus. Also, Star Wars Nite sells out, a monorail makeover, autism awareness, and more on this corny episode of the MousePIRE Podcast.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
I'm Tim. Welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Disney, Star Wars, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MousePIRE Podcast.
What's going on? Uh-oh.
The apprentice lives.
What is this?
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Think help me hardly show up.
You never had a friend like me.
Some imagination, huh?
Made you look.
Hey, what?
Oh.
I was talking.
Hola.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, we're all here.
Don't interrupt me.
We are all here today.
Who are you? Oh.
We're here.
So,
Happy birthday!
Whose birthday?
No one's.
No, actually,
Literally no. Just
the other
no
day,
one.
it was the 60th anniversary of the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
it's always someone's birthday, but
I wasn't there when it was built.
No, of the Grand Canyon diorama at Disneyland. It was
Right.
the 60th anniversary of it sometime last week or end of last week. I don't remember.
But,
But
yeah.
So, yeah, it was definitely somebody's birthday.
Or something's birthday.
Something's birthday.
It's not my birthday, though. But I wouldn't mind some cake about now. That sounds good. I can go for some cake.
you have cake?
No, I wish.
I mean, listen, why are you teasing me about cake when you don't have any?
Well, you know what? Let me tell you about this.
You should literally have a kibosh on even discussing cake if there isn't some.
You're a kibosh, and let me just start with
Did you
this.
say kebab?
Kibosh.
I had
the kibosh.
I had the strawberry Twinkie. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
I don't know if I'm a little early, but we had the strawberry churro the other day, the rose gold strawberry churro.
You're not early or late, but
I'm sorry, late, but it was awesome.
Wait, well, we haven't had anybody who's talked about having
Yeah.
it though. So
I haven't had that yet.
Well,
I'm
we'll talk.
telling you.
We'll squeeze that in at Fat Time.
You want to discuss
hold
it
on.
later? We'll bring it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the strawberry Twinkie is good because
Unless it tastes like strawberry milk, I don't want it.
it tastes like strawberry. So I don't know what you're expecting strawberry Twinkie to taste like.
I want strawberry milk.
So it was awesome. I tried one.
Well, I'm glad it tastes better than it looks because it looked kind of,
I was like, you know me, I'm gonna, we know what a Twinkie tastes like. You
Well,
know
yeah,
what the
yeah,
bread,
yeah, yeah.
Which part was strawberry?
The middle.
The cream filling is
cream.
strawberry cream
So
filling.
it's strawberry cream.
It
It's
had a
not
weird-
just strawberry.
Right. No, it had a weird color to it. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
That's what I
it
meant.
does look a little weird, but I was tasting the cream. I was like, well, it's pretty good. I was like first time tasting it. Then the second time I had it, even though I'm not supposed to, but I had it the second time. It wasn't the same day, so it was okay.
I'm telling Winky.
The second day I had it, I was actually trying to really taste the cream, and I wouldn't mind having a handful of just the cream and eat the cream by
Well,
itself.
because it's not like the old days where you could have 6 of them in one sitting and really just get all of it.
Yeah, or a whole box.
Right.
Right.
That's like the kind of thing that I used to do. I mean, I would just eat as many as I felt. Okay, now I really know what it tastes like.
Right. Right.
You know what I want? I want a cherry chocodile.
They have those?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it just came to my head all of a sudden because I was just thinking about how I don't really care about any of that stuff. I just really want a crocodile. And then I was thinking, well, what would crocodile be good? I eat strawberry? No. Ooh, cherry. Yes, cherry crocodile would be bomb.
That'd be interesting. But yeah, the
I love
strawberry,
crocodiles.
the strawberry Twinkie that's out now for, of course, limited time. I highly suggest you try those.
Where are they located?
Pretty sure at any grocery store you go to.
I don't know, because some of those limited ones have come out, and I've gone searching for them in the past, and they're not everywhere. So,
well, if you go to Stater Brothers,
Walmart's pretty good for having those ones.
Yeah, and Oreos, those limited Oreo ones that come out all the time. But yeah, I go find those. They're very, very good.
Oh yeah, because my mom, I think, had gotten the apple pie or something ones, Oreos,
Right.
and she got them at Walmart.
Yeah, so yeah, strawberry Twinkie, yummy, tastes really, really good. Speaking of not supposed to be having stuff like that, I finally had my stress test for my heart.
Finally,
Finally,
it's about time.
Yes, it was about time, and it was.
Were you stressed?
I was very stressed afterwards, and if anybody ever needs to go do a stress test, if you're all of a sudden they say you need to do a stress test, let me give you one thing you need to do before you do the stress test.
Take some Xanax.
No. You need to stretch.
Stretch. Okay.
They don't tell you, maybe you should stretch because we're going to put you on the treadmill. I knew I was going on the treadmill. I knew what I was in for, but I was on the treadmill, and then all of a sudden I said, okay, how much longer?
Right.
And he says, you need to be on there for at least 75%. You're at 55 now or whatever it was. I said, okay. He goes, are you getting tired? I go, no, I'm getting a cramp. And he said, okay, can you last? I said, I'm fine. All you have to do is tell me where I'm at, so I have it in my mind, how much I have to go. And yeah, my left calf started cramping up, and I started really getting scared because I do get cramps there, or Charlie horses, whatever they call them. I do get that often. So
I don't know him.
I don't either, and I don't ride horses. But if you ever need to do a stress test and you're like me, you don't exercise and you don't stretch, I highly suggest you stretch out your calf muscle, because yeah, you can get a really bad cramp. And he was like, okay, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Just tell me when or how much longer I have to go. So I lasted whatever I was supposed to do, and he warned me. He says, okay, we're going to start this, and you're going to go normal pace on the treadmill, and then every 3 minutes it's gonna go faster. So yeah, 3 minutes came. He said, okay, it's gonna go faster than 10. He started telling you 10 seconds. I'm like, oh great. And then it got faster, and once it started getting faster, that's when I felt the cramp starting to come. So yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a cramp. So I was just scared of that, of getting a cramp and falling off the machine. But yeah, I did the stress test, and everything's fine. They said I have a low risk of any type of heart problems during surgery, so I'm all good to go now. So I'm happy about that.
Now they get to chop you up.
Oh well, I don't actually have to get chopped up, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna get poked. They're gonna put holes in me.
Poke your hose.
They're gonna poke some holes, 4 holes in me or
They're
something.
gonna put plastic inside of him or something.
Ooh.
I don't know what they're doing. I just know there's gonna be 4 holes poked in me, and they're gonna.
He's gonna have a cybernetic gallbladder.
Yeah.
No, they're just gonna take that
I mean, everybody's about the cybernetic implants.
or something.
Part cyborg over here.
So yeah, I'm good to go. So I'm happy about that. And well, the next step now is to get my surgery scheduled, to get this gallbladder out, get this tube out of my gallbladder, and all this yucky brown fluid that's coming out. I don't have to see it anymore. And after you don't have to see it anymore either.
No.
Thank gosh.
We're gonna start with last week we talked about the Star Wars Nite going on sale for the general public, and it came and gone, just like the AP tickets. It's all sold out in a matter of hours.
I actually heard that the general admission tickets didn't even go on sale until 6 a.m.
I was going to talk about that.
And then they were sold out by 9:55. So you're talking about 3 hours 3 hours and 55 minutes.
Yeah, because I was up, of course, I'm up late, and at midnight, I started checking because a friend of mine was asking about the tickets. She says they're not on sale. I was like, what? And it was after midnight, so I was checking, and yeah, all up until I went to bed, which was 6 a.m., they still weren't on sale. So I went to bed a little after 6, and they still weren't on sale.
Okay, because I saw somebody who said that they went on sale around 6, so it must have been probably just after then.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't up till 6:20 or anything. It was after 6 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I'm about to go to bed. Let me check. Still wasn't on sale because I was going to message her because she's a teacher, so she would have been up, and I was going to message her to say they're on sale, but nope. So, but she actually got them. She's actually in Arizona, so she's going to be coming here for that. So I'm glad that she got the tickets. But yeah, they came and gone really quick, just like we talked about. That
told you
it was going to happen. So yeah, like I said, I will be going. So I'm let you guys know how it was.
You're going to have to.
And the thing is people are.
We're not going.
People are thinking that it's going to be crowded and everything. Oh, I'm not going to go. It's going to be crowded. One of my other friends were saying, I'm not going on that day because it's going to be crowded. And
that's like the dumbest reason to not go to the party. I mean, I can understand us, talking about we don't want to go because it's expensive or other reasons because it's just stuff that you can get during any other day. But to say it's going to be crowded, that's stupid. That's a stupid reason to not go because, it's going to be less crowded than any Mickey's Halloween party would be.
Right.
It's probably going to be these parties are probably being booked somewhere in between an AP party and a Mickey's Halloween party, somewhere in the middle there. Would you agree?
Yeah. I would say so.
Somewhere in the like 40 to 50,000 range or something like that.
I'd probably say less than that.
Even less than that.
Yes, way less than that. I don't think there's going to be 40,000 people there.
No, 40,000 is half the capacity of the park, basically, right? Pretty roughly.
Yeah, but what does the Mickey's Halloween party get? Plus 60?
Probably more like 16, 20 maybe.
What? No.
That's what I'm thinking.
Really?
They purposely make it so that there's less people in the park.
I don't know. Mickey's Halloween parties usually seem pretty crowded, though.
It's just because everyone's in the line to get the treats, like everybody, know.
True.
So, I mean, if you go there for the ride lines are pretty small. The time to wait in line is not that much, but so yeah, I don't think it's going to be that crowded. I mean, we know it's not going to be that crowded for this party.
I never even heard of anybody complaining about that. Everything's just all either about the price or other things. I just never heard anybody complain about the. Well, it seems weird you would even complain about something.
Yeah, I mean,
that.
they're just thinking
it's a private party. Of course, it's not going to be crowded.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. They don't know that the it's not a regular day for the park. Like they're not gonna sell as much tickets as they would at a regular day. It's just gonna be a limited amount of tickets. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Like I said, it's came and gone. They went on sale and sold out. So if you guys want some tickets to that, well, why don't you go on those Disney groups and ask everybody if anyone has the extra ticket because you snoozed and losed.
Schnozzed and lodged.
That too.
Pizza Planet. Finally.
Hey, so I don't know. We talked about this before on the podcast, and we've talked about it privately before, but I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast.
I think everyone has discussed this privately. The fact that they have, who is Red Rocket, and why does he have a pizza port?
All right.
That's really the starting question.
Let's go back to the whole debate that from the beginning, Red Rockets should have been Pizza Planet.
Do you think that when they made Red Rockets in 1998, that it was too soon after the original release of Toy Story that they didn't know if Toy Story would have longevity or not? Do you think that's why they went with something else?
I mean, it's possible, but then again, why didn't they change it when Buzz opened?
Well, yeah, or anything else.
Why are they changing it now? Just because of Pixar Fest? Anyways, for those that don't know, what we're talking about is that the official announcement finally came through that for Pixar Fest starting on April 13th, that Red Rocket's Pizza Port over there in Tomorrowland, the most people's not choice to go have Italian food if you can help it, is turning into. Now I'm going to be specific on this because it's going to be important. I'm going to just make a distinction of why this is probably important. Alien, it's going to be called Alien Pizza Planet.
Because the aliens are popular characters.
So, right. But, so, I think that the distinction of them calling it Alien Pizza Planet means it's not going to be the Pizza Planet we want it to be.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's just going to be Pizza Planet in name. I don't think that they're going to turn the inside of it to make it look like a Pizza Planet, and there's not going to be a lot of signage because of the whole fact that they're just using it Alien Pizza Planet. I think it's just an excuse to just throw a bunch of aliens everywhere, and they're probably going to have an alien sipper out of there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
Although we have already seen the merchandise, and there's no mention of it, so you would think if they were going to do that, they would have done a sipper, but whatever. I think they're probably going to be selling the Mike Wazowski sipper there.
Most likely. I mean, I just think it's about time. Everyone loves the Pizza Planet. They love the Pizza Planet truck. They love the Pizza Planet experience, the theming. There's a Pizza Planet at Disneyland Paris. It's only open for... It's got weird hours. It's open for like lunch for 2 hours and then dinner for like 4 hours, and they don't open it the rest of the day. It's kind of like... what's that company called? CC's?
Oh, right.
It's got a CC's type of experience.
CC's is a buffet.
That's exactly right. So you pay $32 or whatever, $29.99, or maybe it's €22. I don't forget the exact price, but we ate there when we were there. It's very kid themed. It exists inside of a tent, kind of, and it's real stuffy inside. But it's super cool to look at in there. And yeah, it's just like CC's where there's, you've got pizza. You can get little squares of pizza, and then they've got a salad bar, and then there's like dessert, and you can, it's limited the way CC's is limited though.
I had CC's up in Northern California many years ago, but I've only been there one time. I know Rebecca was talking about it because I guess they have them in Arizona. There's none really around here. They're kind of far. I think the nearest one is in Corona, and I said, if we go there, we better hit up Dan.
Well, there isn't a lot here because we wanted to try it one night. This is maybe 3 years ago. We drove to Corona we were doing something else in Corona.
So you already know where that one is, then.
Essentially, yeah. We drove. We were going there for something else. I think to buy buttons, maybe from someone or something. And we were like, and we can check out this CC's because it's in the area.
My concern is that I don't know. Are they going to change the menu? Are they going to be rolling out the same old stuff that people always complain about? Because that's one of the main things is you always hear people complaining about how the food at Pizza Port is crap. Now, I've had some pretty good stuff there. I mean, the breadsticks are fine. They're like eating Little Caesars breadsticks, basically. But I don't like the sauce. The sauce is too much tomatoes and onion and crap in it. Mm-hmm. It's not the sauce that they had at the beginning that was more like Little Caesars sauce where it was just like a marinara. But now they got all this tomatoes and onions in there and crap, so I don't know what's happened there.
There's some decent stuff at Pizza Port.
But they've had like that. They had that pastrami, that pastrami mustard pizza that they had that was so amazing that I would eat a whole one if it wasn't so damn expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap. $8 or $12 or something for one slice.
But I mean, most people, because their regular pastas aren't that good. They're just kind of let's put it this way: anybody who goes to Pizza Port and doesn't go to the pasta place over at DCA just doesn't know that the pasta place at DCA is better. So, I mean, there's no excuse for not going to the one at DCA unless you don't want to walk all the way over there because it's way better.
Wait, what's way better? The
pasta place over at DCA.
Oh, yeah, the one definitely.
Paradise Gardens.
The ravioli's really good over there. The spirally pasta that they have.
The sauce is good.
The sauce is way better. Yeah,
over at Pizza Port, the sauce is just blah and plain. Anyways, the point I'm getting at is that hopefully they're going to do like they did with... Hopefully maybe they'll even take it a step beyond what they did with Village House into Red Rose Tavern where... They didn't just slap the name on there and then they change a few things and then they just kind of... It's still the same menu, but there's a variation on the menu, you know what I mean?
All right, well, here's a part of the menu that's coming here to...
So they are changing it?
Yes. Okay. Well, I guess the aliens are from a planet called Pepperonia.
Yeah. Okay.
And they have a specialty pizza that's going to be topped with pepperoni, of course, green peppers, and mushrooms. And it says they'll also be cooking up a hearty cheeseburger pizza with ketchup, yellow mustard, and pizza sauce on a sesame seed crust and topped with cheese, caramelized onions, diced tomatoes, slider patties. Whoa, that's crazy. and a house-made burger sauce and pickles. So that's 2 of the pizzas that are coming to this Pizza Planet.
Okay, just an observation real quick. Neither of those sound like anything kids would want to eat.
Right.
And neither of those sound like anything that I want to eat.
So, of course, they're probably going to have more stuff coming. But
and then
announced.
And then also I completely forgot about the whole Planet Pepperonia thing.
Right.
Which makes me also think that they're not even the aliens.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
That they may not even be the Pixar aliens, the Toy Story aliens. They could be just some random pulled out of their butt alien that looks like a pepperoni, and then there's a whole bunch of pepperoni-looking aliens running around Pizza Port. And I'm like, well, this doesn't make it Pizza Planet. This just makes it Pizza Port with a bunch of pepperoni guys running around.
Pepperoni guys.
I want to know how they're going to do the sign, because as opposed to Village House, which is a very modest-looking sign that they were easily able to cover up,
Right.
the Pizza Port sign is humongous.
They're going to have to take it
It's
down.
neon.
I mean, they may just take down the word port and put up the word planet.
Yeah, right. Take out Red Rockets.
I mean,
If they do that, it's staying Pizza Port. I mean, it's staying Pizza Planet.
right.
Ever, forever.
Oh, you think this is maybe just a layover?
Well, that's what it's.
So it's not a permanent situation.
No, it's the same as.
That's
Well, I'm gonna say it's the same as Galactic Grill and Red Rose Tavern, but both of those still exist as a name.
That's a semi-permanent layover.
Well, but that's what they're implying that this is going to be.
The Rose Tavern has got crazy details all around. I mean, they did.
They did do a really good job in there, but the menu though is basically just a variation of their normal menu. They still have all the flatbreads. They still have their burgers or whatever they have. There's no real change to the menu, and what this sounds like it's just different variations of pizza.
Yeah.
Because was that all they had listed?
That's all they have.
Yeah. See, I mean, and then you're probably just gonna have a couple different variations of pastas, but they're probably still gonna be saving the same breadsticks,
right,
with the same crappy sauce that has onions and big old tomatoes in it.
Right.
I
don't think they're changing anything.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. It's like they're making a Pizza Planet finally, but then again, it's why bother? I mean, they could prove me wrong. Shit.
Right.
As of right now, I'm not overly excited about it.
I'm not either.
I'm not excited about it. Not like if they had announced years ago, or if they actually said, we're actually making it Pizza Planet, none of this alien Pizza Planet shit, none of this pepperonia shit.
No shit allowed.
No sliders on a pizza.
Right.
Pepperonia.
And that's not even original because I've seen that before.
Oh yeah.
It's like, come up with some original shit. Like, I imagine they have some pretty intelligent chefs working for them. Why don't they ask them what would be a good idea?
Yeah.
Instead of, let's put sliders on a pizza because that's what kids want. Because you know how much kids love caramelized onions. You know how much kids love bell peppers and what was it? Bell peppers and what on that other one?
Mushrooms.
You know
was
how
it
much
mushrooms?
Yeah, it was mushrooms. You know how much kids love bell peppers and mushrooms on pizza, right? Because when you were a kid, you loved bell peppers and mushrooms.
No, not at all. I still don't like bell peppers or mushrooms on
now
pizza.
I'll eat bell peppers and mushrooms on a pizza, but when I was a kid,
I
definitely
won't.
will not.
No, I still won't.
I'm still
maybe the bell peppers, but not mushrooms.
I wouldn't pay to have that pizza. I will buy that pizza I will buy DiGiorno. That is basically the same pizza, probably. I mean, it's not like the it's not like the pastrami and mustard oil pizza that they've had before. This isn't very original. There's nothing original about either of those pizzas, as opposed to some of the pizzas they've had in the past.
I mean, if I'm paying for it, it's got to have pepperoni and pineapple. Not Canadian bacon or ham and pineapple. Pepperoni and pineapple.
That's weird.
It's the perfect pairing.
That's weird.
Perfeccione.
I don't speak something.
You don't speak weirdo, because that's what I apparently. Are we saying this is a good thing or stupid?
We don't know.
We don't know, and it's not.
I'm reserving judgment until April 13th when we see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So now when they closed the Village House, right?
Right.
It was closed for like a month or two.
Yes, that's the point I'm getting at also.
So
they had big, I mean, because I think that a lot of that stuff that they did in 2016, where they had those scaffoldings up and they redid that whole front, I think a lot of that was preparing for that.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember months and months before we even knew about Red Rose Tavern coming, they did all that work on the facade there of Village House.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that was leading up to that. So, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of work done. Literally, I was at Pizza Port yesterday buying a drink, and there's nothing.
you paid Disneyland for a drink?
Yeah, I was
Ooh,
thirsty.
boy.
I was thirsty.
I'm just kidding. But
It was
Village
it was very refreshing.
I mean, did you get free refills?
No, because I got up and left.
No. I mean, you could go back in and technically refill your cup. You're not supposed to, but
No, I mean I literally left the park.
oh. So what I'm saying is that they put what seemed like a good amount of effort into the Village House turning into the Red Rose Tavern.
Right.
Closed for a month at least. In this case, this was announced 4 days ago, and then in another 10 days the park reopens or the Pixar Fest starts.
Right.
So
As of right now, we're looking at more of a Galactic Grill type of deal, where Galactic Grill closed, or they were only closed for a couple days before Season of the Force, right? Well,
Right.
I mean, we were there obviously on the Friday that before Season of the Force started, and there was already stuff going on. But
Yeah.
I mean, all they did was close and just put up the new signs, and that was it. There wasn't much to that. So, but I mean, I think we got to be looking at something closer to the Galactic Grill layover, or not layover, overlay. That's his word. Overlay than we are the Red Rose Tavern, considering the fact that if they were going to go all out with the Pizza Planet thing, it should be already closed right now.
Yeah.
all I'm saying
And you
is
don't
that
have it. You don't have it listed for closing
No.
at all.
Mm-mm.
So is it gonna be like an overnight thing on like the overnight of the 12th, or they're gonna literally whatever they're gonna do is they're gonna do the night of the 12th? It's just like,
I mean, they could literally, if they had a sign pre-made, they could just hang the sign in one night, right?
Maybe.
That we're not questioning, but that essentially means that there's
There's
gonna be
nothing
zero
inside.
theming on the inside,
basically,
other than maybe a piece of merchandise or something.
right?
I would think that at the very least, if they were opening a Pizza Planet, there would be a claw machine on the inside. I mean, even the one in Paris has a fake claw machine. It's just there in the center, and the claw is like, with the aliens, and it's there for decoration or whatever. But that's the whole point of Pizza Planet is the claw.
Right.
Like that's
But the Pizzaronians.
the
pepperonians.
The
The
pepperonians.
pepperonians.
Yeah.
What about the Pepperonians?
Maybe the
Who
claw's
speaks
gotta
for
get
them?
The claw. The claw speaks for them.
But there's no mention of the claw, just the Pizzaronians.
The claw is all that matters.
The Pepperonians from the galaxy of Pizzaronia.
You're a pepperonian.
Thank you. I'll reserve judgment, but I'm not holding out hope for it to being what we want. What we've been waiting all these years for.
5 minutes ago, I was kind of excited, and you guys kind of ruined that by giving me proper information.
You're welcome.
Thank you again. I really thought that they were gonna shut the restaurant down for like at least a couple of weeks, bring in some theming, change some stuff around.
No, there was still people slobbering all over tables when I was there yesterday.
Slobbering?
I'm just kidding, but I'm sure people do.
Oh man, these tourists. Oof.
I know. Parking their strollers in the wrong place.
Bringing strollers at all.
I know. Speaking of strollers, real quick, have you seen the new strollers are ghastly?
Oh, well, they're like the 80s stroller.
Right, they're like the ones I think that they stopped using in the 90s, but they're even more ghastly than those because they're like, the blue is like brightly colored. It's like Dodger blue. And,
That's cool with me.
Well, I mean, but no, you don't want to see it. The sun shines off of it, and it's like you don't want bright colors like that. It's distracting and.
What I thought when I looked
and
at the stroller,
here, they're just as big as the green ones.
I took one look at them and I thought, oh man, that's going to cause a child to slip a disc. Like they don't look comfortable in any way.
Well, because they're the plastic, and then they got the cool the curve that the wheels are like this. Did you notice that the wheels are like this? They're angled. They look like those wheelchairs that guys used to play basketball in.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, that might be a new touch.
Like, I don't think anybody's gonna be playing basketball in the stroller.
You never know.
Yeah, you might.
The previous model, the greenish ones,
Right.
were, I mean, they like, the kids can sort of, their butts cupped in it, right? I don't know how else to say it. It's comfortable for a child to sit in. This other thing, they're like, they'd have to be like, because their feet, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
Is it like sitting in the back seat of a police car?
That's something only you would know about.
Or you're right. I mean, if Disneyland isn't renting anything other than just like an umbrella, simple umbrella stroller, they're doing way too much as far as I'm concerned.
Agree. They should start looking into that because it'll save more space. You can get more strollers into one little space, and but you know what? Screw that. I don't want to talk strollers because I'm.
Well, just real quick, I don't know who I heard this from. I don't remember if somebody overheard a guest saying this on Main Street, but somebody said of the bricks, why did they put in? Somebody mentioned about when they were doing the bricks. Somebody mentioned, I thought they were taking the railroad track, the tracks out so we wouldn't get our strollers stuck in there.
Oh God!
Wow.
Yeah,
those are some smart ones.
Literally overheard on Main Street by somebody that thought that they were taking the tracks out so that strollers wouldn't get stuck in them anymore.
The nerve
of these people.
Yeah.
A friend asked me the other day, who do you dislike more? Tourists that don't know anything or noob sort of poser Disney fans?
The noob Disney fans.
The ones that are like into everything.
Have to have all this.
So you're saying the ones that think they know everything as opposed to the ones who know nothing.
Well, we went the other day to buy.
I mean, because you know me, I really get irritated with people who don't.
But you have
with ignorance
history there, and I understand if they're new to it, but they get this know-it-all-ism when they're new, and they're just because they're learning the information, so they want to share it with as many people as possible. I mean,
but they're sharing the wrong information.
There when I was 19 or whatever, and I was telling people that the dot in the center of the castle was the center of the park, and stupid things that everybody believes the rumor and they don't know better.
Just like the Pirate of the Caribbean, the skulls are all real.
Hey, but really, it's just the one.
And I've heard that that's not even real anymore because it's so...
They've switched it out since then or whatever.
Yeah. So
very possible.
The only thing that's true is the basketball court.
Oh, the hoop.
The hoop.
The basketball hoop.
The basketball hoop. The only thing that's true is the basketball hoop.
That is true.
That is true.
No, the other day we went...
Everything else is lies.
If anybody's new and hasn't heard me talk about it before, my girl Elizabeth, she does personal shopping. Gets requests to pick up exclusive items that you can't buy on the app, popcorn buckets and lightsabers and ears and new stuff. Nonetheless, we went early on, I believe it was Sunday the 1st, April Fool's, but it wasn't April Fool's Day. The pink millennial ears were coming out. We had a few requests to buy them, so we went early. We stood in the line. The line at one point was, and you were entering World of Disney at the very first, basically the entrance right next to La Brea Bakery, and the line went all the way down the store past the Starbucks.
Yeah.
So it was like an hour line. So
I thought you said you stood in line for 90 minutes.
I don't know how long it
was.
That's
what you wrote on Facebook.
We were there. We were there at least. We were there waiting in the line for over an hour. It may have been 90 minutes. Nonetheless, we wait in this line, and I'll just give one example. This woman was by herself. She looked like she might be about 40. She was wearing small, Vans type shoes that she'd paid to have somebody paint characters on. She was wearing Disney tights. Above that, she had on a Disney skirt that they sell in the dress shop. Then she was wearing a Disney t-shirt and then had a cardigan over it that they sell in the dress shop. And then she was wearing some kind of princess necklace with like a princess charm on it, and then she had on rose gold ears, and she was standing in line to buy the new pink ears, and her backpack had a bunch of Mouse for Life buttons on it. And I just
you
thought
lost
to
me at
myself,
Mouse for Life, because at least what I was thinking when you're talking about the dress shop stuff, I was thinking, okay, well, the dress and the cardigan could probably be her universe, which I'm not going to fault anybody for wearing her universe stuff because it's awesome.
That with extra, like, no, I don't know. She just, and then I overheard the conversation. She had like 3 different people that she barely knew but recognized from the internet come up to her, and they were. You just from the conversation, it was like, I just thought, wow, this is the perfect example of somebody who doesn't have a lot of friends and is just getting into Disney, right? You know, in the last 6 months.
Well, the funny thing is that you stood in that line and you can still go to the Disney store or Disney and get those ears right now. So,
oh, they're still there?
Yes, they're still there.
Well,
they're behind the register.
Right on.
So, yeah,
I didn't see them.
Anyway,
we didn't know if it was going to be like
I know, but I agree.
Out.
I know. You got people who want them. You go grab them, and
right.
You got to do what you got to do. But I just said it's funny because they still have them,
especially when you're making $40.
No, we make like $4 or $5 a pair after you count everything in.
No, I said you're selling them for $40.
Oh, the listing's for $39. Yeah, but it's once you calculate everything in, it's like $4 or $5 profit.
Well, anyway, we were talking about Pizza Planet and Pixar Fest. So, speaking of that, we have some new overlays on the monorail.
Monorail. Glide so smooth.
Yes, they were getting some Pixar overlays on that. They got wrapped in the monorail orange, got wrapped in Incredibles. The Incredibles.
Monorail blue is wrapped in Dory and Nemo.
Yes, got a Nemo theme going on.
What do we think the third one will be?
Well, Anthony thinks it's going to be.
I think it's obvious it's going to be Toy Story.
I would hope so.
I mean, it's the tent pole of Pixar.
It should, yeah.
A tent pole?
I know you don't go camping, but
I do actually. So see, you don't know me very well because I love
like the circus. Because you could say the center big top pole. That'd be another way.
Sure.
Oh, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, the tent pole.
Oh, okay. That tent pole.
The main pole that holds it all up.
Oh, I got it. See, I didn't know the reference. Now I do. So now I'm in the know with that. But yeah, it's they're getting wrapped, or the red one's going to be getting their wrap soon, or whatever. It hasn't been shown what it is, but Disney Parks blog today talked about it, and yeah, that's. I posted pictures of the monorail orange, so if you saw our medias, you would have seen that already. And also coming up is the opening of Splash Mountain, which will be opening pretty soon also.
Okay, so I heard a rumor about this. I heard a rumor that they were changing the logs to be like Walt Disney World, side by sides. But then we saw a video and it was single.
That was a false rumor.
Right.
Like I said, if you would have seen that videos yesterday, I posted the testing of the logs yesterday. They were testing them with the plastic buckets that they put water in to create the weight of passengers on there. So I also posted that yesterday. So no, we have the same logs. All right. So yeah, monorail are wrapped in Pixar themed, so it's pretty cool. And if you guys haven't seen that yet, like I said, you can go to our social medias and you can see the picture of monorail orange, and soon I'll be posting the monorail blue, and then the red one when it comes when they finally start running that one.
Are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
Yeah, it's time for Fat Time. And Anthony has some fat time to get to.
Do I?
Fat time in the old time tonight.
Before he gets to that fat time, he was actually showing us this picture of this mac and cheese cornbread stuff.
Mac and cheese and some sort of riblet in a cornbread, cornbread made bowl.
It's basically a barbecue cornbread bowl with stuff in it. And
Santa Ana, man. Santa Ana.
It's in Santa Ana. So
yeah, of all places. I was expecting, it's like, because it says like Kansas City barbecue, and I'm like, oh, I think it's gonna be Memphis or someplace. No, Santa Ana.
I don't eat barbecue and stuff like that, but that cornbread I would eat. I love good cornbread.
There was another barbecue place in Santa Ana that I've been to before, which was kind of weird. It was some place that was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives way back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Hey, all right. So I got to do some fat time over at the old Food and Wine Festival finally.
Yeah.
And well, first of all, Rebecca and I met up with Victoria, my friend Victoria, who has emailed into the show before.
Right.
And we split because we're, folks be broke these days. So we split a sip and savor pass with her.
Which I believe you talked about that before, pitching in and splitting the pass. Was
right.
that you?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it was someone else. But I don't know. I mean, I did. It was talked about, but it is a good idea if you don't want to pay the whole $45 by yourself. Hey, chip in with somebody else and do it.
Right.
Think about that for Festival of Fatness this winter.
Right.
But now we went and got we went and got at least one item that we knew that we wanted to try that we had tried before. And that's over at Off the Cob. That was the sweet corn nuggets with beef chili.
Your corn nugget.
Thank you. Those were...
How did you like them?
Those were actually better than they were last time we had them.
Okay.
The nuggets I thought were bigger. The chili was bolder and spicier.
Now,
and there was more meatier.
Now, one thing about chili, Anthony is really critical with chili.
I am.
So
I will say I agree with you on all those points. The corn nuggets were awesome. The flavor of the chili was good. I don't particularly care for beans in the chili, but it wasn't too much beans. The only thing I did not like about it was that the chunks of meat were massive.
That's what I know. That's what Rebecca actually. She got the bite, and it was like a gigantic piece of ground beef, which I thought it was fine. I don't know why
ground. It was like steak, almost unground.
Oh no! I thought. Oh, I don't know. I didn't. It just looked like ground beef to me. But
for me, I thought maybe if they had shredded the meat, it would have made more sense. That's all I was going to say.
Well, I don't know. Shredding in chili isn't really. I guess it is for some people, but I was fine with it. The thing I noticed about it is it seems like it's a variation. Maybe it's a variation of Walt's chili, but I'm not sure because I don't remember. Does Walt's chili has beans in it, right?
I
don't
tell
remember.
you, but
I know you don't eat it, but
yeah, I was trying to think of the menu card,
right? And yeah, but yeah, I think it's really good. I was actually surprised about how much it seemed the portion was a lot bigger than it was last time we had the sweet corn nuggets, which I believe was last Food and Wine last year, I believe. Now, also at Off the Cob, we got this was a brand new item, the shrimp boiled tacos with andouille sausage and fresh corn. Those were super good. Now, the shrimp was really fishy smelling, which was kind of weird because shrimp isn't usually fishy, but the shrimp was really fishy smelling, but it wasn't undercooked. So it was cooked. So I don't know why it smelled really fishy, but it was really fishy, but it was super tender. They had really good flavor. Actually, with the andouille sausage, I expect a little bit of heat, but actually it was a lot more heat than what I would have expected from a Food and Wine dish from one of the booths. That usually they're pretty. They try to keep it pretty mild in the middle so everybody can eat it. Usually you have to go to like the Paradise Garden Grill to get the stuff that's usually more spicy, but yeah, it actually did have a bit of heat to it from the andouille sausage. But it was, and then I was thinking shrimp with andouille sausage sounds like a weird combination, but no, it actually worked. My only complaint was that it was like a street taco. The taco itself was like a street taco, the really small, like silver dollar size ones. My only complaint was that it was a single taco where it should have been a doubled taco to give it more strength.
Did Huey and Louie have a sausage?
Yeah, maybe over at Corn Dog House.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. And then over at right next door at Garlic Kissed. Now, I didn't actually get this myself. This Victoria had gotten this, but I was able to have a sampling of it. The creamy mac and cheese with garlic bread crumble
was awesome.
I mean, to me, it's
Same thing before.
Yeah,
but
to me, it's just run-of-the-mill mac and cheese. There was nothing really special about it. I mean, I would rather actually probably, personally, I wanted it to be more, but I kind of wanted to try the jalapeno popper mac and cheese. But to me, I want the jalapeno popper mac and cheese to be more than what it is. Because, truthfully, I want a jalapeno popper with mac and cheese in it. I don't want mac and cheese with strips of jalapenos, fried jalapenos in it. That's not really what I'm looking for. So, but the creamy mac and cheese was pretty good. You've had it,
yeah,
because it's similar to the one that they had at Festival of Fatness. That I know that
basically the same thing.
They've had basically different variations of mac and cheese ever since the very first Food and Wine Festival. They just keep throwing out different ones, but most of them are basically the same. So. It wasn't really all that special to me. Now, I didn't get it, but we went over to the Strawberry Patch, and we laughed at people who were buying Frushi.
I want to try the Frushi.
It looks super disgusting. I want regular sushi. I don't need that.
Well, it's not supposed to be sushi. It's supposed to be a dessert that's
I know,
creative.
but coconut rice, that's gross. Nobody wants that. In yogurt wasabi sauce? That sounds weird. I want wasabi. I don't want yogurt wasabi. So over at Strawberry Patch, they have the repeat from, I believe this is a repeat from Festival of Holidays, but I don't remember. It might be from last year. The strawberry pineapple float with the strawberry popping pearls. Do you remember if that was from Festival of Holidays or if that was from Food and Wine last year?
That was... I want to say Food and Wine because it was...
I know Rebecca had it then too, but I don't remember when
I remember
it was
at
from.
LA Style.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Because I remember getting it and the Korean tacos at the same time. You're right. You're right. Yes.
Because LA Style had the dough sponsorship thing going on.
Yes, you're right. It was there, but this time it is at Strawberry Patch because of it having strawberry. It's fine. I like it. It's basically a Dole Whip float with strawberries in it. So, I mean, it has kind of that same basic strawberry taste. I made everybody mad by just saying, "Oh, to me it just tastes like strawberry milk with pineapple in it." But whatever. I mean, it's fine. She really enjoyed it. Both of them actually had it. Her and Victoria both had it. They really enjoyed it, and it actually got them really full. They didn't want to have no more food after that. So it's one that I'm sure that a lot of people hope that they'll keep having it because I know it's pretty popular. And it's one that, as opposed to a lot of other drinks, you could use your sip and savor tickets for it because it's actually like $6 or $7 or something like that. So it's one of the only drinks that you can that's actually worth using a sip and savor ticket for. Now, we still have 2 more sip and savor tickets. We're going to go on Friday before she works, and we're going to have those last 2. I'm definitely getting the Korean tacos from LA Style because, it's a must. We might be getting, I think we're going to get the, where is it? The orange chicken.
I don't know why you'd want to get orange chicken.
Oh, that's Citrus Grove, the crispy orange chicken and rice with garlic cracker.
You know what I recommend?
Well, it doesn't really look like orange chicken. I still think it looks like a tangerine chicken or like a mandarin chicken to me, but
We're splitting hairs. Suggest that you try the fried artichoke. That's probably the best item they got.
The fried artichoke carbonara?
Mm-hmm. Especially if you like stuff that's really flavorful, a little spicy. Good stuff.
No, because probably if we don't get the orange chicken, we're probably going to get the Harris Ranch tenderloin slider. So, or the salt and beer vinegar Parmesan chicken wings are also up there. But then we had somebody that said they heard they were rubbery. Have either of you guys heard anything about the chicken wings?
No.
Those Parmesan chicken wings? No. If anybody out there has had the Parmesan chicken wings, it'll be too late. So tell us how they were anyways. MousePIRE at gmail.com. In fact, we want to hear about anybody who has had anything from the DCA Food and Wine Festival. We don't get nearly enough people talking about their experiences with the Fat Times. So, tell us, Fat Time. Now, Tim, we figured you had some Fat Time to tell us about also.
I did. What was it?
It was the churro.
Oh, boy. Let me tell you. Okay, so I am not a big fan of the rose gold situation. It's just not for me. However, that being said, I was with a friend of ours. We were there at the park, and she says, "Oh, my God, I'm wearing my rose gold ears, and I have to get the rose gold churro."
Oh, God.
So we went, and I stood to the side as she
Who
waited.
said that?
My friend.
Oh.
And I stood to the side as she got her rose gold churro. And then I said, "Okay, let me take the butt of that. You know, there's a little part that sticks out on the bottom. I'm going to try it." You know, and it was really warm, like it just come off the roller or whatever. And I put it in my mouth and like was pleasantly surprised that this strawberry churro was like the greatest thing ever.
You're welcome.
I blame you. I really do.
I don't know why I said that.
I don't either.
I still blame you. So, strawberry churro, 10 kinds of awesome. I was like, that's amazing. So then we were getting a bite later or a drink or something at the Jolly Holiday, and we sent Brittany over to get a couple more of them because they were just that good.
That's a lot of money on churros.
Right. Well, it was like to share amongst the group, but
Lick it and pass it.
right.
Oh, the macaroni and cheese that they had I happen to have the Festival of Holidays tasting passport here next to me, and the mac and cheese they had during that was macaroni and cheese with cornbread crumbles.
Yeah.
Literally the same thing.
This is the one they have now is a creamy mac and cheese with garlic bread crumble. It's slightly different, but basically the same. Yes,
basically the same thing.
The only one I think that's even kind of a new idea is the jalapeno popper one, but I still think it's stupid. I would much rather have the Reuben potato smash.
The Reuben potato smash.
So what was the deal with the churro then? Was it flavored or was it just color?
It was the same churro, but the sugar is strawberry flavored.
Okay.
And it just
So it tastes like Nestle Quick.
probably something like that. I mean, it just was really good. I'm not a big fan of this stuff usually, but anything rose gold, I'll pass on.
Well, it's good that they're finally at least starting to do some of these churros where they actually have some flavor, because they had that golden churro for the Pirates anniversary, which had lemon flavor. But then after that, they threw out 3 or 4 churros that were colored churros, and they had no flavor.
Yeah.
What was that one time that they was supposed to have flavor, and then everybody said it had no flavor? Was it the cinnamon churro, or was it no? All churros are cinnamon. What was that one? There was that churro. Remember, it was, and then we were all talking about it, and we're like,
the one that I really liked.
Everybody they kept saying, "Oh, it's supposed to be this flavor," but it had absolutely no flavor.
The other two, I don't remember what you're talking about, but the other two that actually were good there was a sour watermelon one.
That one was, that one came after the Pirates. But
and then the Pirates, the original one that was the different flavor was the Pirates lemon flavored. And that was so good. And they did them on the beignets, too. You could get
that's what I said.
So good.
Yeah, it was for Pirates anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that. But since then, they had done, after that, before they did that watermelon one, they did 3 of them, which were just first of all, they had the lightsaber churros.
Yeah.
Which were red and blue. But they weren't red and blue flavored.
No.
They were just whatever.
What would blue flavor be?
Obviously, blueberry or raspberry or
blue
raspberry. Exactly. Give me some blue raspberry, some blue raspberry icy.
Blue
exactly.
Blue raspberry makes me think of, do you remember the liquid candy in the little pouch, and you would squeeze it?
Oh yeah.
Liquid, it was like liquid sugar.
Yeah.
Oh man, what were they called?
Can't remember.
It was like squeeze something.
I don't remember.
Squeeze pop? Is that possible?
Maybe.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to look it up. Those were good. That's my 9-year-old memory.
Hey, so while I was at Disneyland, I went over to Star Trader, after I was at DCA getting fat, I went over to Disneyland and went to Star Trader like I always do to see what's going on over there.
Or did you go over there to digest?
I went over there to digest as well. Now, there wasn't really any kind of new merchandise over there other than the Star Wars Easter eggs, which, who was last year's? It was Vader and somebody else. I don't know. These eggs are stupid. You pay $10 and you get 2 eggs. I'm like, what? I should get like 4 eggs for $10 or 10 eggs for $10 or something like that. Either way,
like deviled eggs.
And you're like, well, and then you're getting it's a Stormtrooper and C-3PO. Who thought to put those two together? It's like, what are you doing? Anyway, so besides the stupid Easter Star Wars eggs, overpriced, stupid, non-making sense combination Easter Star Wars eggs, I walk over into the section where you come out of Star Tours, the old Star Wars store, and I look over at the build a lightsaber and I notice something interesting.
There's no one building lightsabers.
There's nobody building lightsabers because there's no lightsaber building materials there anymore. All of the trays have been taken out and replaced with all of those just lightsabers that don't really come in packaging. They just have kind of the tag hanger. Well, they're all just stuffed in there now. And there's no lightsaber building going on. There's no fun being had. There's nobody going around with one of those gigantic double Kylo Ren sabers knocking people down. So apparently they made a decision to get rid of the build a lightsaber finally after we maintained over and over that they would not get rid of the build a lightsaber.
I just don't understand why they would. I mean, the sales must have been flat or something.
But I don't know. I mean, because it doesn't seem like a prerequisite to them banning lightsabers because they're still selling they still have their Disney brand lightsabers they're selling. In fact, now they've added more because I don't know if you know, now they have Vader. Oh,
that's been all along. They've had Ray, Vader, Vader, and Kylo Ren.
Right.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the Vader before.
Oh, when we were there together, we got the Vader.
Oh, were we?
Yeah.
Or did we? I thought those were only Rey and Luke's.
No, well, Luke and Rey is the same one.
Oh, right.
And we got the Vader as well.
Oh, right. I don't know. Anyways, so I mean, they have those. Then they have all the other lightsabers. So it's like, what's the difference between the build lightsaber? Yeah, maybe it was a sales thing. Maybe it's not worth it to buy all the parts. I mean, what's next? The build a droid? Is that going to be?
I was thinking about that too.
Like,
was that still there?
That was still there. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, the big display for the build a lightsaber is still there. Yeah, they just have all those little individually the super cheap ones, the lightsabers that are like what $9.99 or something like that. They have all those just stuffed into the thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if that display is gone pretty soon.
Yeah, and
it's been replaced with just like a end cap type thing where they could just put all those lightsabers on pegs or something. So you would probably be seeing that go away pretty soon. And speaking of going away, all of that Star Wars stuff that used to be over there at Tomorrow Landing, because apparently they don't know what the hell they want to do with that. Because it went from hats.
Right, yeah, hats.
To Star Wars.
So basically an extension of Star Trader.
Well, it was an extension of Star Trader. Then they had it where it was just stuff specifically kind of themed to the Jedi show.
Yeah, but then they also
they had the robes and stuff that you could buy.
But they also had the Marvel stuff in there.
Well, after that, then they took all the Star Wars stuff out, most of the Star Wars stuff out, and they moved all the Marvel stuff in. Well, now they've taken all of that out. I don't know if there was anything in between.
No, I think it went back to Star Wars.
After it went back to Star Wars again?
I think they had the Marvel stuff in there when they had, I think once everything went over to DCA,
it
went back to Star Wars. The last time I was there, I know I passed by and they still had like the Star Wars.
Okay, then it was Star
name
Wars
badges and stuff like that.
Well, they're still there.
Okay,
actually. So it was Star Wars again. Well, now for some reason they've decided that it's going to be a Stitch store.
Interesting.
It's all Stitch merchandise in there now. the name badge, the Star Wars name badge is still there because they still have the machine. So I imagine they're going to keep doing that as long as they still have the machine there. I don't know if that may decide to do some other
Stitch. It's like they have this new Stitch bubble thing,
right? There's a lot of the new Stitch bubble thing that came out, and then I don't know,
super cool looking, but I don't think are selling as well as they
I don't know if this whole store was rethemed as Stitch just as a front for pushing the bubble. Have you seen the Stitch bubble?
Yes, I actually saw it over at the what do you call it, the bazaar.
Oh, okay.
So it's over there in Adventureland.
Oh, okay.
So
that seems like a weird place for it to be, but yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to what he just said.
Right.
They're not selling them; they're going to throw it all over the park.
Right. As a just a figure, I think it looks cool because he's kind of coming at you.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks cool, but as a bubble thing, it makes no sense. But anyways, I don't know if if Tomorrow Landing has been completely rethemed to Stitch just because as a centerpiece for these bubble things. Because they do have them out front, of course, on the display out front. They're immediate. But then you go inside, and there's all just other random Stitch merchandise. They probably took all the Stitch merchandise they could find in the whole entire park and threw it in there. So
they have the giant Stitch plush.
I didn't really go in there. I just took a picture just to document, and then I went on about my business. Like, I just looking at my picture, I see the Stitch Mickey ears, I see zippers, travel zippers and stuff like that, t-shirts, clothing, some other plushes, Stitch backpack, those Stitch skull cap hats have a big old huge display right in the middle. By the before you go to the register, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna guess it's only gonna last as long as they're interested in trying to sell those bubble things, because that really makes no sense. I mean, unless they're trying to re-identify somehow Tomorrowland to include Stitch, I don't know, because he is kind of noticeably absent from Tomorrowland when he he's from space.
All right, so we are in April, and you know what that means? Next month is...
It means showers.
No showers, but May we'll be having a lot of showers with Grad Niters at Disneyland.
Our favorite time of year.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking about all the positive things in May.
Well, I got to give people warning, you know.
Like Solo and stuff, but...
Well, that's a good thing, because when there's Grad Nites going on, you can go watch Solo.
Right.
So, yeah, I posted the...
Solo.
I posted the dates for Grad Nites on our medias. So if you want to go see what day to avoid, head over to those, because I'm not going to go over it. It starts on May 4th, so that's the first day of Grad Night.
I just want to point out, before Tim does, that yet again, Michael has scheduled an event on a Grad Night, or on another event going on. I know it wasn't Michael's fault this time.
Right.
He didn't know that there was going to be a Grad Night on May the 4th. I think it's.
He could have done a little bit of research. But...
I think it's Disneyland's fault, because Disneyland should have known better than to put a Grad Night on May the 4th.
Agreed.
Because especially with the party having been the night before, you got Ray starting that day, possibly the whole Phasma and Stormtroopers thing starting that day. You got all kinds of stuff going on that day that I think that they could have done without the distraction of Grad Night. So that was poor planning on their part, and Michael's basically off the hook for a change.
Now, do you mean
and the DC and the Grad Night people should be mostly moseyed over to DCA by the time Michael's doing most of his stuff, hopefully. But
now we talked about they have 3 different options for Grad Night. You know, one's the regular option, everyone that they have been doing for the years now, where they can go to both parks. The other option is only one park, and that's DCA, and then their Grad Night party. And the other option is the cheap option, is just the Grad Night party, which starts at 9:00. Now, do you think a lot of schools took advantage of that one, just doing just the party in just one park, or do you think that the schools are going to do both?
I think it depends on the demographic of the area. If they think that the families can afford
Well, yeah, because clearly
pay more money
the all one is going to be the most expensive one. I think it really depends on what does the school get a cut, and how do they get more of a cut the more people spend, or is it a case of the school's going to go with whatever's easier for them?
Right.
And I would imagine the easiest thing for schools would be basically getting back as close to old school Grad Nites as what you can get, and that's just the party. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you have an answer.
No, I don't have an answer. I'm just wondering
okay.
because I was just thinking if you have more schools.
Because you said when you first started talking about the 3 options thing that you said you heard that more schools were still taking the more expensive option.
Right, because they
probably have a more limited amount of those.
Yeah, because there was less dates available at that
Right.
time for those dates.
So they were obviously filling up.
Right.
So either that means there's less of those to go around, they're offering less of those options to go around, and that's why they're selling out, or it's just because schools are just going with what they know, like a lot of people do. They just go with what they know.
Well, you got to figure if the school is maybe like in El Monte, for instance, then they might go with the less expensive option. But if they're in Irvine, then they may go with the more expensive option. This really depends, I think, on the school's take on whether the demographic can afford the extra $50.
Right. I mean, because up until now, though, everybody's been used to having to spend the higher amount.
Yeah.
Since they started doing the 2-park thing.
Well, right.
Right.
If they choose to go to both parks, or just the one park, they can still arrive when the park opens. So
right.
their party...
They still get a whole day.
Yeah.
I mean, and their whole school isn't the same thing. So it's not like you're going to... Unless some kids have APs or whatever, it's not like your buddy on his once-in-a-lifetime grad night experience is going to be able to go to the other park and you're going to be alone and split up. Your whole school's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, if you meet some cute girl from another school and you're trying to be like, hey, what's going on? And she's got the pass to go over to Disneyland and watch the fireworks. I mean, you might be asked out.
Of course you would think of that.
I mean, that's what the high school kids are going to think about.
So I'm just wondering, my point was, do you think it'll be less crowded at Disneyland since they have these options and a lot of schools like
less than normal? Probably.
On a grad night, or for grad night.
I don't
grad
know.
night wise, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that's one thing to check.
Without knowing the numbers of how many of what packages and how many of them actually are still including Disneyland, because if you're asking specifically about Disneyland or overall?
Disneyland.
Okay.
Dislandia.
Yeah, so asking specifically about Disneyland is really hard to say without knowing exactly how many of the Disneyland inclusive packages they were
because
doing.
The package with just going to the California Adventure, that's it. That is $99 per kid, and to go to both parks is $139.
What's only $40 more?
Yeah,
the school's probably like, oh, we're gonna make the same or whatever,
I mean, this is what Disney charges them, and the school can charge more, right? They're going to tack on money for the gas, for the buses, and all that kind of stuff.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on whatever politics the school itself has within, who's making the decisions, whether they think they have the money to whatever, if it costs them extra money or if it's making them extra money or whatever the situation is. It really depends. We don't have the information.
Yeah, but
we don't have all their information to really say whether we think it's going to be less crowded or not. Wishful thinking.
When we go to the parks on a grad night, it'll be interesting to check it out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Check it out and see
what's up.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out, but it's really hard to make that call now without having more information. What more important to me, I want to know how this affects how this is going to translate next year.
Right.
Because what I want to know is that 2-park package going to completely go away next year?
I believe so.
Like we predicted.
Yeah.
So like we've been predicting for over a year now that they were going to get rid of Disneyland as part of Grad Nites. Is that why they split up into the three package, making it obviously they would have had to included something in the press package to each school that not only we have these 3 packages, be it known that this package is not going to be available again next year. This is your last chance.
Right.
And if that's the case, a lot of schools may be automatically decided to take the bigger package. Whoa. Because of it being the last year of it.
Yeah.
And to give all of those seniors, especially depending on who gets to make the decisions. Is it the school? Is it the district? Is it the student body, the student council? Who's making the decisions? If it's the students making the decisions at some point, those seniors are going to be like, I want to be the last seniors who ever get to go to Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to be the last senior class ever to get to go to Disneyland as part of Grad Nite when it's been a tradition going back however long it's been going back, since before our time, obviously.
Yeah, but it used to be cool. I mean, I'm sure to them it's still cool to go to till 2 a.m. or whatever.
Nothing's as cool as being
or
there.
When do they open? Till 1 now?
For the Grad Nites?
Yeah.
I think it's 2.
I mean, we used to be till sunrise. They would lock you in until sunrise.
Yeah, basically it was 1 or 2 to 6 a.m. So,
right.
So yeah, I mean, you're not in the park as long, but to me it's better because it's exclusive and it was Disneyland.
Yeah.
So I mean, even now they're not getting the real Grad Nite experience to me, but yeah, it'll be interesting. I actually, now that I think about it, now I've said it that way, that I think that more of them will want to take the 2-part package. I think it shouldn't be too much different than what it's been. We'll see. It'll be interesting to monitor the situation.
I mean, either way, it's going to be a big pain in the ass for everyone else that's not having a Grad Nite. And there's going to be a lot of woo like going on when you're walking through the parks. And as much as when I was very young, I thought, oh, Grad Nite's exciting, even if I'm already graduated, Now it's pretty much just a like, oh, great, this is happening situation.
So right now there's 9 days available that are still open for the both parks.
That means those days aren't sold out as far as the schools buying them.
Yeah.
It seems pretty late in the game.
I agree.
So, yeah, maybe then. I mean, yeah, if they haven't all bought them, I don't know. I mean, if that's up to the school. Like I said, I think it's pretty stupid if they know it's the last year of Grad Nites being in Disneyland, then I would think that you would want everybody to get to experience that. But as Tim said, it could be demographics, it could be how much money the school district or the area, or it could depend on a lot of different factors. I don't know if it's up to the decision of the school itself, or if it's a school district decision. If anybody knows any of the questions to these answers and more, email us, mousepire@gmail.com.
Tell them.
Subject line, Grad Nite.
All right, so once again, if you want to see what days to avoid for Grad Nite, head over to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I posted all that information there.
Oh, it's time for the mail.
All right,
Ring, ring, ring.
That's a telephone.
Oh! Old school.
And we're not talking about snail mail here. These are good old-fashioned emails.
Are emails old-fashioned?
Yeah, well, now they are.
Oh, I thought I was Pony
First,
Express.
it's this old-fashioned snail mail, and then there's the good old-fashioned email, and now everything now is like all Snapchat. It's all Instagramming and Snapchamping, and
I don't Snapchamp.
Me neither.
All right, so the first email is from Elizabeth.
Hey, I know her.
And she says, hey, hello, MousePIRE crew. Hope you guys are doing well. I was wondering if any of you guys had an answer to my question.
Dumbo opens at the end of the month.
Okay, that's not the question.
But she's probably very happy that you told her that.
She says, I was walking through downtown Disney a few days ago and realized that everything on one side of the monorail will no longer be around, such as ESPN Zone, Rainforest Cafe, etc.
The movie theaters, the Starbucks.
I think that includes the etc.
The DVC.
Okay, that's not her question.
Go on.
Where will the entrance to downtown Disney be if that entrance in between the zone and Rainforest will not be accessible?
AutoZone?
AutoZone.
You got to be in the zone.
You got to be in the zone.
She says if that question was already answered in an older podcast. Oops, I must have missed it.
I don't think we covered that.
So long, Elizabeth the Dumbo Lady.
Hi, Dumbo Lady.
At some point, once Rainforest Cafe gets knocked down, they may create some sort of pathway that goes around by there.
Yeah.
That just kind of hugs around and leads you back to the monorail entrance. But between there, I don't know. What I'm still thinking is that there's going to be like this really narrow walkway that is going to lead, that's going to connect Downtown Disney proper to the hotel, and there might even be like a little cutoff that leads you to the parking. But there's got to be a connection in between. They're not going to make you go all the way around if you're at the hotel.
What makes more sense is that they demolish ESPN and Rainforest and close off that area, and in the meantime, they make everybody walk around
I don't
to
think
the
so.
hotel and enter from the closer to Earl, and then once the other two are demolished and they can create said walkway that you're just talking about, then they go about demolishing.
No, I'm talking about said walkway from the get-go before they demolish.
Oh,
because you can't really have them, because if they're going to close everything at once.
I mean, it's a really good question. I told her this a few days ago. We were discussing it, and I didn't have a real answer for her.
We don't really have an answer. It's all just going to be speculation.
But they're going to have a way for people to get from the hotel to the
And
monorail.
like I said, I don't think that they're going to have people walking all the way around, because, as I said, when this first came up, people complained enough about having to walk all the way downtown Disney to go to Starbucks, much less having to do an extra walk around just to get from the hotel to the parks. That's going to make people really mad if they have to do that. That's why I think that they're just going to they're going to figure out some way to just do a walkway that just goes straight from the hotel by the sorcerer hat.
Yeah.
There's going to be a walkway from that curb somewhere around, probably once they demolish the security thing that they put up.
But what makes sense,
once they get rid of that, they'll probably have a walkway going from there. Now, as far as security goes, I have no idea how they're going to do that.
What I'm thinking is, because they have two now, there's one from the hotel side and there's one from the Downtown Disney entrance. I'm thinking they get rid of one of them. What I'm saying, they're going to make everybody either walk around through the hotel and enter one way, or they'll make the hotel guests walk out into the Downtown Disney parking and then enter through that way. It's going to be a little bit less convenient for one of the groups.
It's a lot less convenient, but I don't know.
I mean, you're talking literally like 100 yards different for either people. I mean, it's not crazy far.
Once again, Starbucks. They didn't want to walk to Starbucks.
That's like
they built a Starbucks.
Like 700 yards.
They built a Starbucks closer to the hotel because people didn't want to walk.
And now they're demolishing it. Now
they're
later.
demolishing it. Yes,
literally like a year later.
Literally a year later.
That just shows you how much money those things make.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can find this answer out soon, because that
my
closes,
answer is
June 29th.
I don't care because I don't have to park over there. So.
Well, it's not even about parking over there. It's just
no,
like
but
if
people who come from that area,
right? I mean, my whole thing is if I ever want to go to the hotel for something, how to get from back and forth from the hotel without it being a whole rigmarole.
Rigmarole.
Because if it becomes too much of a rigmarole, then I'm like, I guess I'm not going to Disneyland Hotel. I guess I'm just going, Whitewater Stacks forever for E.
You know, for us, and I don't know how many other people are like us. I know you guys usually park at Toy Story, which we've considered doing because it's a little messy over there.
You need to
right
do
now.
more than consider it.
But for us, we take a lot of really short trips. We'll go and just have lunch, or we'll go and sit on a bench for a couple hours and then leave. And if we do that, or we just go shopping in Downtown Disney, maybe pop into the park and then go out. If we do that, a lot of times it's more convenient just to park in the Downtown Disney parking lot, walk in, stay for 2-3 hours, and then leave. And if we're purchasing something anyway, it's free to park for 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah, but if you're not, then it's not.
Well, then we wouldn't park there if we're not buying anything.
Right.
But
and plus that the regular Downtown Disney parking is going to be closing. When's it supposed to close? Does it have a date yet?
I don't know.
It's probably June 29th with all the other stuff, right?
Whatever. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? Well, there might be a lot of other people like us that just, they use the Downtown Disney parking because they're not going to stay very long.
Well, yeah, there is.
More
That's why they
convenient.
changed the Downtown Disney parking rules.
Yeah.
It was because of the pass holders and stuff that were parking there that weren't supposed to.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you for your question, Elizabeth. And we don't have an answer.
No.
We will eventually.
I say that they're going to do a little little itty bitty claustrophobic walkway.
All right, so Tim reached out to some friends to get questions for this, and
Well, we didn't have as much content tonight,
Well,
so I thought
obviously-
let's get some friends to write some messages.
we would rather have people who listen to the podcast ask questions because this question's been answered and been asked again. So I'm just going to read it from Debbie. It says, with Galaxy's Edge coming, what do you think will happen to Star Tours?
I don't know
Nothing.
if we've really talked about that. I mean,
Yes,
I don't
we
think
have.
anything's going to happen to Star
It's been
Tours
talked to. It's been talked about perpetuity. Nothing's going to happen in Star Tours right now.
for now.
They're
I mean,
not going
would
to
it-
close Star Tours unless they have something else to put there,
Would it
and that's
make
not going to
sense for
happen
them-
until they do a Tomorrowland refurbishment, which is not going to happen until sometime in the 20s.
Would
So
would it
that's-
make sense for them to move the attraction into Galaxy's Edge? Because it doesn't take up a large. It's a small building.
Eventually, if they may include it as part of a phase 2, but I was actually talking about this exact point yesterday with Rebecca. The whole idea of Star Tours is it's a tour, basically.
You
like,
said this on here too.
have I?
Yes.
I've said this
I
too.
don't
Yeah.
remember
The fact
this.
that Galaxy's Edge is the planet Batuu is on the is in the wild space. It's not some place where you're gonna find a Royal Caribbean. Let's just say that if let's say this isn't I don't know. I want to think of some place that's not very nice to go to, but not offend anybody. I mean, basically, it'd be like as if you live someplace backwater, a backwater place, like some place that isn't visited, or it's like a rough crowd there.
Right.
like Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, it's like Orlando, Florida. I'm thinking of like Tortuga of like Pirates
Yeah.
days.
Yeah. You don't go there.
That's what. There would be no Royal Caribbean tour line coming out of Tortuga at the
right.
time of Pirates.
Right.
And that's what you're looking at with Batuu is basically backwater, and it's either the First Order has control there, or it's the smugglers and the bounty hunters and everybody running amok. So, not to be confused with Duck Amuck.
Duck Amuck.
But so I don't think that it's actually someplace that, as nice as it would be to say, okay, yeah, you could just move Star Tours over there. To me, aesthetically, the whole idea of Star Tours doesn't belong there because Star Tours would belong on a major planet,
Fair enough.
like a Coruscant or a Corellia or someplace or a Naboo or someplace that has money or someplace that's a resort or something like that.
Maybe
'Cause-
they'd have to bring in like the tourism bureau to have Star Tours.
Right. So, like, for example, like with Disney Cruise Lines, you go to a lot of your Disney Cruise Lines, you go to Florida and you go to Disney World, and going to Disney World is part of your thing of going to.
Technically, it's like 4 hours between them, but
Right,
Cape
I know,
Canaveral
but still,
to-
you get my point, though. The point is that then you go to whatever the island is, and then you hang around the island, things like that. Well, I mean, yeah, nobody wants to hang around at some backwards spaceport, and it's not exactly a tourist spot. So that's what I think about Star Tours being in Galaxy's Edge.
All right. Her next question is, will the new resort parking fees impact staying at the Disneyland Resort?
wait, one more time.
Will the new resort parking fees impact staying at the Disneyland Resort?
What are the new fees? Do
I
you
have
know?
no idea.
I don't even know what she's talking about. What is she talking about?
Maybe there's different fees for hotel guests that we don't know about?
Unless she's talking about the new, how you now have to pay for parking at Disney World.
Oh, okay. So I told her to explain what she meant by that. Do you know about that?
All I know is now they're doing like what they do here. If you're going to stay at the resort, you have to pay to park.
Oh, well, that's somebody probably in
You
there.
didn't have to pay to park before?
No, it's free parking is, like if you stay at the Quinta or Comfort Inn, they just let you write down what kind of car you have and it's
Well,
okay
yeah,
to park there.
it's not La Quinta.
Right, but some of their hotels are on that level.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the value resorts are like a motel.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
motel.
I don't know. Yeah, every major hotel I've ever stayed in always you had to pay for parking, and stupid.
I mean, the thing out there is that they have an unlimited amount of land, or close
Yeah,
to
they
unlimited.
kind of don't have a problem with running out of parking spaces.
So for them to charge for parking is it's a little bit silly. It's based, somebody in management had to have said, hey, if we charge $10 a car, I don't know if it's per day or per trip or whatever it is, we get this much more income in a year.
Maybe they thought if they start charging for parking that they're going to find the guns before they have to before they go up to the hotel room.
Maybe. There's a lot of guns? Oh, because they're searching the rooms mid vacation for these people now.
Took him a while.
He got it, though.
But not that.
He got it.
Not that long.
I got it.
I don't have any desire or plans to stay at any resort. So, I mean, whatever I'm doing now is fine. I'll get my free AP parking.
So she's saying that because they're charging for the hotels there, do we think that that's going to affect something here?
Well, no, because they're already charging
they're already
here.
doing that
Yeah.
here. Yeah. I mean,
the only
if
thing they
anything-
might do is anything that I wouldn't be surprised if they raise the prices.
Well, I mean, essentially what we do here affected what's going on there is more of the truth.
Because depending if they're charging more, if they started charging in Florida and the price they're charging is higher than what they're already charging here, they might raise here to meet that. That would be the only way I would see them the price being different.
Right.
But if the price that they set in Florida is the price that's already here, then I doubt they'll raise the price here.
All right. Thank you for your questions, Debbie. All right, we have another email from someone that Tim, I guess, reached out to.
Who is this?
This is Ernesto.
Oh, Ernesto listens to the podcast.
Oh, he does?
He does, because he made a post this week. Let's see what his email says before I tell you because he
All
might
right.
have said the same
Well,
thing.
I don't believe he listens to the podcast because he's never emailed before. So anyway,
the other 1,000 people have never emailed.
That's what I'm saying.
Either.
Unless you email, then we don't believe you're listening
You're
to
being
it.
real generous with that 1,000 throwing it around.
Well, the one time it was 1,000, right?
All right, here we go. Is there any truth to the rumor that no new AP will be sold in 2019 due to the Galaxy's Edge opening?
I think that's entirely likely.
I think that's a stupid rumor.
I don't know where that rumor came from.
I think each one.
I give you one of two choices.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about those.
We've talked about the fact that they might not sell new.
No, we've never talked about them completely cutting off AP sales. Period. We have never even entertained that.
We said that they will block out the other APs.
Yeah, we've talked about blocking out.
Well, that's the final step.
We've talked about more blockouts. We've talked about eliminating the SoCal Pass. We've talked about eliminating even the Deluxe Pass and just having different levels of signature. We've talked about everything except for
we've talked about elimination of payment plans.
We've talked about elimination of payment plans.
But really, the final straw would be no new. Well, I think before they eliminate payment plans, they would eliminate new sales.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I was about to say that, and I agree with that. They would stop selling passes altogether before they stopped payment plans.
To new people. If you let it lapse, oh well.
I don't see that happening. I don't see them completely cutting off. That would be like cutting their arm off and expecting this arm to grow longer.
Yeah, I mean, these passes.
I know that's a weird analogy, but you get what I'm saying when I mean.
Yeah, I know.
That would be like, because they want those people in. They still want those crowds. They want
even though they complain, people complain too many APs, and even Disney thinks there's maybe too many APs. Then when they start getting rid of them, there's not going to be no one there when the days that APs are go.
Well, that's why
they're going to have the problem that Universal had when Harry Potter opened, where they thought it was going to be off the chain, so to speak, and there was nobody there.
Right.
And all those fast pass machines that they put in to get into Harry Potter, they never even used them. And then they took them out just before the one time they probably could have used them, which was last Christmas.
Right.
Because it got really, really crowded.
I'll say that these things are going to happen little by little. There's supposed to be some big change to the AP plan coming later this year, right? I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe it'll be, I don't know. I read an article where in Shanghai they're doing these passes quarterly. They're no longer an annual pass. It's just they're literally season passes, and they're doing them like first of the year through March through June through September, and September through.
Well, it's not
December.
it's not a unheard of universal and Magic Mountain both use the calendar year format, where your pass starts in January, ends in December.
Mm-hmm.
Both, well, I mean, at least I think they Magic Mountain still does that. They did.
They do.
Okay, I was pretty sure that they did. So I mean, it's not unheard of for them to do something like that. I just don't know if it's something that I don't know if that's something that Disney would do, because it would be really hard to go from that form of the format they're using now.
Right.
You know, the year from the day you buy it, rather than like for the year. But because what does Knott's do? Knott's does same as Disney, right?
Yeah.
As
No.
at the end of the year.
Well, they also do a calendar year.
Yeah.
So is Disneyland the only one that does from the year you buy it?
As far as I know, yeah.
Well, then I
Even
mean,
SeaWorld ends at the end.
really,
of the
who
year.
knows? Then I mean, maybe Disneyland they might decide they want to go what everybody else is doing. Who knows?
I don't know what benefit there'd be to them doing that.
I don't know.
Though.
I mean, I think the big reorganization that's coming up is just going to be like, maybe I still think that SoCal Pass might go bye-bye. You might go down to where you only have the deluxe, and I wouldn't even be surprised. I thought it was a huge mistake to begin with, that they separated the premium into the two signatures.
Right.
I thought that was a huge mistake to begin with. I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up recombining them at some point. I mean, because to me, Disneyland's just like WWE. When they separate, they combine two titles into one, and then at some point they get tired of it and they separate them back again for depending on how the storyline has to go.
Oh, like the champion and the intercontinental champion.
Well, no, I just meant two different belts. But usually, the WWE belt and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt, the one that used to be the WCW belt, they would combine them into one belt, but then they would separate them and then they combine them. So it really depends on what Disneyland wants to do. For the last few years, it's served Disneyland's purpose for some reason, to separate the premium into two signatures. At some point, I wouldn't be surprised. They were trying to
kill the Christmas crowds. It's exactly what.
Right. So at some point, I wouldn't be surprised if they see the two signatures being no point.
Well,
or if anything, they just rename the second signature to something else.
The specific reason that they split them was so that they could kill the Christmas crowds a little bit, and also so that they could see who was willing to pay a higher price for those little bit of for just a little bit extra.
Right.
You know, really, they're not trying to say you can't go. But then also, if they can take that away from you, then what else can they take away?
Exactly. That's what I mean. And that's why we've been talking about for months about how is the possibility that the signature pass will get more blockout state added to it at some point.
It's almost a certainty. And in fact, I think that when they do add blockout dates, it's lost it.
Getting back to the original thing, though, I think there's absolutely zero chance that they will completely shut down AP sales. I think there's zero chance, and if it happens, I will put it on this. If it happens, I will go on Buzz Lightyear while eating a tomato.
A tomato? Is this two things that you hate? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to eat any tomatoes.
I will go eating an onion dipped in tomato. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
All right.
That's basically how certain I am that there's absolutely no chance. What do you think? I mean, do you really think there's any chance that they would completely shut down AP sales?
No.
I mean, I don't care how much they think that Star Wars is going to ridiculously fill the park, but you have to think about how much more people is Star Wars Land going to allow to be in the park. That's 14 acres. That's probably like what, another
10,000 people.
Is it 10,000?
That's my guess. It depends on how big the queues are.
Because you have to include the queues. They will include the queues. So
but if each queue holds 1,200 people, then
an extra 10,000 people is a lot of people.
That's 2,400 people plus whatever the area holds, plus whatever it holds to line up and to go into the area.
Right, and so that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's any chances that they're going to stop AP sales. Anybody who thinks that is probably I don't know. I can think of a bunch of negative things.
It's the second to last thing they're going to do. The very last thing they're going to do is cut out the very last thing would be stopping all AP sales completely, including renewals. The second to last thing would be cutting off the payment plans. The third to last thing would be cutting off new AP sales.
And they're not going to do any of those things.
I mean, that's the we can't handle the crowds, the parks selling out every single day, we're turning people away solution. You know, who's to say? I mean, that could be a long.
They will
time.
tack they will tack a bunch, like a lot more. They will tack a bunch of blackouts on all the passes before they ever stop pass sales.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for your question, Ernesto. Appreciate that.
Thanks for writing in, bro.
All right. Our next email is from Giselle the Gazelle.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. She says, "Hey guys, been super busy these past 2 weeks. I'm actually in Alaska right now.
Whoa, must be nice.
What? TFTI?
Visiting my family for spring break, but went to Disneyland twice last weekend."
Wait. Last weekend you went twice to Disneyland, and now you're in Alaska? Jeez.
That's what I call LIVIN.
Living. She's living.
Exactly. All I know is better bring us back bring me back a lobster.
I thought you were going to say, "Bring me back an Eskimo."
I don't
All right.
know.
Anyway, she says, "I took my little cousins on Sunday, the 25th, and was so worried there would be a lot of people. It actually was pretty empty. We were able to use our Max Pass and got on almost everything except for Fantasyland. We did the good ones a few times, and of course, I got my pork belly skewers and the beignets. They usually never go, so I tried to get on everything with them. I forgot how much I hated Matterhorn and how sick I get from Star Tours. Guess I'm getting old." That's funny. We hunted for eggs and then came back a few days later to search in downtown Disney. They were painting the old Build-A-Bear when we went. It looked really good. I haven't been in downtown Disney in a while. I wanted to go down there too and check everything out. Also, I didn't buy Star Wars After Dark Day. Let me know how it goes. I'm sure Diggs will have a great time. Now that we are all together, we are... we're going to get mad over here. We are finalizing all of our plans for Walt Disney World this summer. I can't wait. Anyway, hoping to be there Sunday when I get back. Well, hey, I'm going to be there Sunday, and hopefully you come by and check out the Awareness for Autism event.
He's going to be there Sunday, but he's not going to be at Walt Disney World this summer.
No, I'm not going to be at Walt Disney World this summer. And, no invite there either.
Right?
Right?
Were you even paying attention?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you had a good time at the parks, and sorry to hear you got sick on Star Tours, but yeah.
Dirty.
Giselle, hopefully you are there Sunday, and go to Facebook, check out the event schedule, and all the times that whatever's happening on the event, those times I will be there. And I will actually be at the park on Sunday I am shooting for 10:30 in the morning. So,
whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Well,
mark that down on the calendar, because that's a big deal.
I'm shooting for that time. No guarantees I will be there at that time, but
well, you have about a 75% better chance of being there at that early in the morning now that you don't have to worry about your brother.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for your email, Giselle. All right. Our next email is from Dan the Mailman.
Dan the Man.
And I can actually read it this time.
Yeah.
His subject line is Disney Vacation Club minus the Disney.
What?
Hey, guys. Well, I am out of town and still writing an email. Hopefully get back to the park this weekend from when I return from vacation and this luxurious resort. I saw that they are testing Splash Mountain, and we still get the same old logs that we barely fit in. I wonder how many people we know reported that they heard from cast members that they would be different logs. LOL. I also saw the Grad Night days had been posted. I'm sure to be there on one of many of those dates, but I just deal with it. Yeah, I deal with it too. A lot of times when I go to the parks, I just go. I don't remember it's a Grad Night until I see the kids there. But then again, you guys know I don't really get on rides, so I don't really have to deal with them that much. He says, I'm not afraid to say anything to teens or anyone really if I have to. Good luck to the old male guy. what was his name? Miguel?
Miguel.
That's messed up. He says, I'm running his event the same day as a grad night, but I heard he had some lightsabers that he could give to the head if anyone got unruly.
Bop him on the head.
All right, he says, question. Who all is going to opening night of Pixar Fest? I'm hoping to be there at least in the evening. I should be able to get there for a little while, so let me know. Actually, I will be there. I am planning to be there for the first day of Pixar Fest.
Yep.
Are you going to be there?
Yeah, I had her ask for the day off and everything.
Cool. So, yes, we will be there for the first night of Pixar Fest.
Yeah, I think that's, I think we're going to try to go as well.
Well, of course you're going to be there. You're going to buy all the stuff so you can sell it.
Well, we got to get the Sully, man.
Yeah, that's
Sully,
number one on the
Sully.
list. I'm going to have a...
You know, to be honest, Mike is number one on the list.
Mike is?
Yeah, I'd rather have Mike than Sully, to be honest. But
Mike's a sipper, though. It's not a popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Your
So
point?
I mean, what do you collect?
Your
do you
point?
collect sippers or popcorn buckets?
I collect what looks cool.
This is serious business.
Yeah, and I collect what looks cool.
I'm going for
I
Sully.
think they go together. Really, I think it's
Well,
a
yeah,
duo
no.
pair.
I would prefer to have both of them, but if I had to choose, I would rather have Mike. Just because I think he looks cool. And he'll take up less room. I don't know. I like what looks cool.
All right. He says, the vacationing Dan the man out. P.S. I hope this font is large enough for Diggs to read. Wear your glasses, old man. I'll wear them every damn day. All right. It's not my fault that your font comes out really small. And I actually sent him a screenshot of the font so he can see how small it was. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. I am excited for the Pixar Fest. I can't wait for it to start. We're going to be there, so anyone else is going to be there. Why don't you come find us, and maybe you'll get a prize. And if you're going to be there, all you have to do is email us.
I want a prize.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
Seriously, I want a prize.
Dan, the mailman, thank you for the email, and I can read it this time, and I am wearing my glasses. All right, so thank you to Elizabeth, the Dumbo lady, and thank you, Debbie, Giselle, the Gazelle, Ernesto, and is that it? I think that's it. No, Michael, the OG mail guy today, he's having...
Dirty.
I think he said he's been busy doing some family stuff. I don't know. I actually messaged him today, seeing how he was doing, because I haven't heard from him in a while. But and also getting ready for Awareness for Autism event, which is Sunday. And like I said, I will be there that early in the morning. So hopefully, if you guys are going to go, you can come by and say hi. The walk is at 12 o'clock, and everything else starts at 10:30 or 10 o'clock or something like that, where it's meeting up and taking pictures and things like that. It's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be busy. It's going to be pretty fun. So hopefully you guys will come by and say hi. I think Lauren's going to be there. She says she might come if she's feeling good. And if you guys don't know who Lauren is, well, she's the one who announces Fat Time in the Parks and Michael's Tip of the Week and all that kind of stuff. So she says she might go if she's feeling good. Hopefully she's not sick. And she could join us too. And I will be at the Giveaway Lounge after the walk in downtown Disney. And there's going to be a lot of people there, a lot of groups giving things away. It's going to be pretty cool. Lots of fun. So you guys should come join us. Awareness for Autism this Sunday at the park. You want all the information, go to the Facebook page. And I posted that today. And just hit the link. That will take you straight to the event page and tell you what's going on and all that kind of funness. All right, so if you guys have any other questions, you have comments, you have your own tip of the week, tip of the month, tip of the year, all you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
And remember, unless you email us, we don't believe you listen.
Right.
Right.
You don't exist.
And that goes for you, especially Ernesto, if that's your real name.
Ernesto listens.
So he says. So he says.
Ernesto's dirty because he deleted me as a friend. So
Who did?
Ernesto.
Why?
I don't know.
Why don't you ask him? Since you guys are best
he
friends.
did one of those like, hey, I got to clear my Facebook out if you don't respond, and then you just didn't see it.
He thought you were a Russian bot.
Maybe. I don't know. He's dirty. That's all I got to say.
Dirty.
All right. So, yeah. Hey, don't forget to help support the podcast. Head over to patreon.com/mousepire. Any donation amount would help us greatly, and we would really appreciate that. Also, don't forget to head over to YouTube and check out the MousePIRE Podcast there. All you have to do is search MousePIRE Podcast or just hit the link on our Facebook page that's pinned to the post. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Tim, the tech, who, he...
Oh, no, not me. The other guy.
No, not you.
The other guy.
You don't tech nothing.
Tim the Toolman Taylor?
I like that guy.
Tim the tech man Taylor.
So, yeah, I just want to give a shout out to him because he's been busy this last week moving. He's actually moved out of his apartment and into a house, and he's been dealing with all that kind of stuff. So he put up our podcast kind of late, but he's been busy doing that. But I just want to give a shout out to him because all he wanted to do was, post the podcast on the YouTube. I said, fine, do it, whatever. But he always gets creative and puts different graphics on different things. So when we talk about buttons, he does button graphics on there. When we talk about what else, what was the other thing? I thought the Autism event, he puts a graphic for that. So he's been doing different graphics for different things. I think we need to come up with a Fat Time graphic. That'd be pretty cool. So give him an idea for that. Maybe we'll give pictures of us eating or something, and then
nobody wants to see that.
Yes, they do.
No one wants to see that.
Yeah, they do. We could do the pictures of us, taking a bite or something, and then we can put up when Lauren's announcing Fat Time in the Park. So yeah, we'll maybe do something with that. But yeah, just shout out to Tim the Tech for doing that for us. And even though he's pretty much busy all the time.
Just real quick, speaking of Fat Time, I almost forgot that I wanted to mention that the solo promotion at Denny's has now started. It started this past Tuesday, and that has now started. At some point, I will be definitely getting over there to check that out and getting a Fat Time report on solo at Denny's. But I definitely want to get over there. They have really cool cups with Millennium Falcon on top, and they also have trading cards actually put out by Topps. And you have to buy, I believe you buy a pack with purchase for $3.99 or something like that. I don't know how many. I don't remember how many cards there are in the set. Something like 12.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah. And they have several menu items that are themed.
Well, that sounds good. I'm getting hungry now, so...
Uh-oh.
Maybe I'll hit the Denny's on the way home. All right, speaking of dirty, Disney's dirty once again. Again.
What did they do this time?
Well, you know how they are with their copyright material and trademark and all that kind of stuff, how they protect theirs.
Yeah, they never go after the people that are really being dirty, but then they go after everybody on Etsy that's,
Okay. What about them being dirty and taking a copyrighted trademark?
Which we hear about that all the time.
Yeah.
No one wants to think that they do, but, they do.
Well, Disney has they released their little thing from the Disney, their pin trading stuff, and
the sheet, right?
The sheet that tells you what, pins are coming out for the month and stuff like that. And coming out on April 26th is a Bat Day 2018. What is the key pin?
Yeah.
Is it a pin or just a key?
Day. It's
Bat
Day.
Bat.
Okay. Well, that still covers the Bat Day or Bats Day trademark, copyright, or whatever it is. So I think it's funny how they're releasing this on April 26th. Of course, not doing it on the May 6th when Bat Day is.
Well, they always release things early. The St. Patrick's Day pin gets released 3 weeks ahead of time, for example. Yeah.
So, I just think it's a little dirty how Disney does this. And then they did it, 2 years ago with the Mickey Bat Day pin. And they put Bats Day on there. And, of course, the people from Bats Day did not like that and had their lawyers email or get in contact with Disney. And Disney actually took it off the site and as a Bats Day pin and just put Mickey Bat pin or whatever they did.
They changed it on the website.
Yes, they changed it on the website.
Wow.
They took out Bats Day pin and put Mickey Bat pin or something like that. Still sold it, but they just had to take the name out.
Bat key or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So, Disney did it again with Bat Day 2018. What is this a key or is it a pin? I know it's a key, but is it a pin or just a key?
I think it's a pin key.
Is it a pin key? So, they did it again.
Not to be confused with Pinky.
Or the brain. So, like I said, they did it again. They put Bat Day on this. And, the people at Bat Day are not happy with it. And once again, released a letter, or the lawyers, sent a letter to Disney to cease and desist. And what I've heard today was that basically Disney will, quote unquote, cease and desist. They always say, we're sorry, and we won't do it again. That's what they say every time, but they keep doing it. So, I just want to say this week's Dirty Award goes to Disney for this Bat Day key pin that they will be releasing on April 26th. And of course, Disney is not going to stop doing it. They'll probably just change the name to, Bat Key, like you said. So, Bat Key.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just want to give a little dirty word to Disney for that.
Okay, real quick, I have the details on the trading card packs at Denny's. There are 12 cards in the set. As I said, the set is actually put up by Topps. Each pack contains 2 exclusive cards and a Denny's coupon. They are $3 for each pack, but the portion of all trading card sales benefit kids No Kid Hungry. The charity No Kid Hungry.
Right.
So
that's cool.
So it would probably take you quite a few packs, and you would have to spend a bit of money to put together the whole set. But at least you know that the money is going to charity.
Right. That's cool. I'm going to go grab some packs and then have some food over there.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
Oh, guess what, guys? That's it for this episode of the MousePIRE Podcast.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay, Vader. No, I know we didn't talk about that much, but I hope you enjoyed that.
But we talked a lot.
I know.
And that's really, I think, quantity over quality is always a good...
Well, yeah, of course. I hope you guys enjoyed that, the stimulating conversation about Pizza Planet.
Yes. Very, very stimulating.
You're stimulating.
Whoa.
Why, thank you.
I think I should leave.
Bye.
Yeah, so, a lot of things going on right now, and I don't know if there's going to be any type of closures for the Pizza Port.
It's rough with Disney. We never really do get closure on things.
But it's probably going to be a little overnight thing. Maybe we're almost
there.
The
fact that it's not even showing up on the refurbishments list, it's not even showing up in the cast guide, because literally the only things that are on the cast guide for closure right now are Splash Mountain and Dumbo.
I call out to all of you, if there is no claw, we must revolt.
Whoa.
We must revolt if there is no claw.
Why don't you start a petition?
The claw!
But the pepperonians.
No, the claw!
But the pepperonians.
If there is no claw, we must revolt.
I like that.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
If the claw doesn't fit, you must acquit.
That too.
If there is no claw, we must revolt. The claw! My best alien impression.
Okay.
So I guess I think it's going to be an overnight thing. Throw some signs up and some...
Maybe Wednesday.
Yeah.
I think it's an afterthought. Now that we've discussed it, when I saw the thing, I was like, oh, this is cool, right? They're changing the sign. They're going to add the claw. They're going to change the decorations. They're going to be closed for a couple weeks, I figured, right? I thought they would be already closed for an opening in 2 weeks, starting like a week ago or something.
But I literally, yesterday, they're still business as usual.
Yes, I blame you. You've ruined it for all of us.
You ruined Tim's magic.
If you hadn't said that you were there and saw differently, then I could have just had that in my head for a little while longer. But now that I think about it, they're doing this Pixar Fest. Somebody has the idea, oh, what if we... Let's change it. But we're not really going to change it. We're just going to say we're changing it. No claw!
Wait, isn't that a Disney motto? We're changing it, but we're just going to say we're changing it?
I mean, they're changing... The Pixar Pier is not an overlay. No. Incredible Coaster is like, we'll always call it Screamin', but like everybody from now on is going to be the Incredicoaster. It's like, that's a permanent thing.
It is. That is true.
I'm upset, I think is what it comes down to.
You're welcome.
I feel that this is all Anthony's fault and that they could have just done better.
Yeah.
With literally 2 weeks, they could have done better.
All right, so don't forget all of the usual stuff. Don't forget about social medias and stuff, what all that, and blah, 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 and Michael's awareness for autism on Sunday, and meet up with Diggs on Sunday, and before he drops his phone, and MousePIRE. Yeah, go. I like Dubex.
I don't exist. I am here only.
Okay. Diggs makes buttons. That's all.
Not pins.
Not pins. Hashtags.
Okay.
So until next time, remember, you can never take the pizza out of the planet, but you can sure take the fun away from building your own lightsaber. So for Stitch, Angel, and the Pepperonians, I'm Anthony.
I'm Tim.
I'm Diggs.
Bye.
That's not how the Force works.
This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of mousepire.com.
Loser?
I don't want to be a jibber.
I don't know what happened right there.
Yeah. In this week's episode, it's a very slow week, so you get to hear us talk for an hour about how Pizza Port's finally going to be changed into the Pizza Planet
He sounds like he's...
during Pixar Fest.
Or he sounds like Gideon from Galaxy.
Okay, not really. But we do have a varying opinions over here about that. All the things that may lead to this being the new Path to Paradise. Paradiso. Hold the phone, y'all. The Grad Nites are coming. The Grad Nites are coming.
That doesn't even work.
2 if by land, 1 if by bus. Also, Star Wars Nite's done sold it out. The monorail done got the makeover. The autism awareness is going to be happening once again. And, you know, there's going to be more because we had to have a corny episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. The clown.